Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny, and I am on the eternal weight loss journey, as many people are. Um, and I thought that I would do a sidestep today and talk to you about something a little bit different. And I did a video about this mm, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and it is the Healthy Wage diet loss accountability program, if you will. So here's how it goes. The back history, to remind you if you haven't watched that video, and this is going to be a lot of the same information as the previous video, so if you want to move on, that's fine. But I'm going to kind of talk about how the journey's been going. I did that video right at the beginning as I was getting started, so I didn't really understand a whole lot about it. But I'll give you whatever information I have now. Okay, so I found myself, I've always called myself like a food addict. I have a hard time stopping eating. I just enjoy the taste of it. I can't put a little bit in my mouth and not want to take more and more and more and more. I do better with the OMAD diet, which is like one meal a day, or intermittent fasting, where I don't eat for a long time and then I eat so that I can eat until I'm really full at one time and then just stop. Um, I really believe I'm a food addict, but unfortunately, as opposed to other addictions, it's something you do have to continue to feed your body. Um, and so that doesn't work for me. It's like my drug, and when I take the drug first thing in the morning, I want to just keep taking it all day long. All right. So I always said if I had somebody who just lived in my house, if I had a dietitian that prepared all my food, but then even more than that, if I had somebody just monitoring me and saying, okay, don't eat that and let's have this. Um, and of course, it can't be a family member because you would take that personally. That would be ideal. And I thought, well, maybe if I have to call in or talk to somebody. So I looked into accountability programs and found that the majority of them run about $300 a month. So that's out of my budget. Anyone that truly gives you some one on one interaction where every day they would check in on you and say, how'd you do yesterday? And here's your plan for today. Those are all about $300 a month. I should become an accountability coach, honestly. Um, so I decided to look into other options. I did, not Zoom, I did Noom for a little bit, and I found that didn't work for me at all. There wasn't nearly enough interaction at all. I did it for how long did I do it for? A month, I believe. I believe I did it for a month, and I didn't really lose much. There was no accountability if you gained. Really, they didn't. They're just like, oh, stay with it. And they were rote responses. When I would ask specific questions, I would get prefab rote responses that they would find that were similar to what my question was, but didn't always specifically answer what my question was. I mean, I always usually knew the general information, but I had specifics that I was asking and I wasn't getting answers. So that didn't work for me. So I ended that after a month. And then I came across Healthy Wage. This is very different. This is not somebody that I call and talk to and all that. This is putting my money on the line. And that spoke to me. It is one of those programs. This is similar to what my husband does. Okay, so my husband's a school teacher, and for many years, I don't know if they've done it recently, but many years ago, they had this program where the teachers would come back after Christmas break, and they would all decide that they they wanted to lose weight before Easter, kind of before. So it was between Christmas break and Easter break. It was sort of like a let's get our summer bodies starting to come back again type thing. And so they did percentage of body weight loss, and every teacher that participated would put a certain amount of money in the pot every week. And then at the end, they would get, I don't know, half of it or however they divided it up. My husband would win every single time, which wasn't fair because there weren't that many men that participated in it. So eventually they did a men versus women competition. Somehow he managed to win that too because he's just like one of those eye on the prize kind of people. I don't think he's done it recently. I think he kind of feels like, yeah, I probably shouldn't. I've won too many times. So I found a program that essentially does the same kind of thing, and it is called Healthy Wage. So what you do is you decide how much money you want to bet on yourself. You decide how long a period of time you want to lose the weight, when you want to have your goal weight, and then you decide what that goal weight's going to be as well. So it's completely in your hands. You're not stuck in like, oh, well, that's unattainable. I'm never going to be able to do that. Or that's so easy. I'm just going to keep cheating in between. Um, all right. So let me see. The minimum, there are some requirements. And the minimum is the amount of money that you put into it has to be a minimum of $100. So whether you put in $10 a month for 10 months, that makes $100. You can do it for 18 months. I believe that's the longest period of time that you can say you're on the diet journey and bring that money down even less. Um, or you can put more into it. The more money you bet per month on yourself, the more your payout's going to be. All right. Let me tell you a little bit more. You also have to say that you are going to lose at least 10% of your body fat in the period of time. The minimum period of time that you can do, I remember I said 18 months would be the maximum. The minimum is 6 months. So you can't, this isn't like a 1 month challenge. There are other programs that do like 1 month challenge or 6 month challenge. Well, this is 6 months too. I'm thinking of another program called Diet Bet that I also participate in, but that'll be a separate video. And they do 1 month and 6 month weight loss accountability program. So this one is whatever you want it to be between 6 months and 18 months. You put in however much money you want, minimum of $100, no maximum. Okay. Um, and then I don't know, is there any other actual, and then you pick whatever time frame. I said, okay, so I said 6 months to that. I said the amount, oh, the amount you want to lose has to be a minimum of 10%, but it can be as high as you want. And the amount of money has to be a minimum of $100, can be as high as you want. Okay, so those are all the criteria. I want to make sure that I hit everything. Um, all right, so then you make a profit if you hit your weight loss goal. So they hold on to that money that you're giving them every month for whatever that period of time is. And then at the point that you've come to the end of your journey, if you've met your weight loss goal, they give you all your money back and they give you a balloon payment, an additional extra money for losing that weight. Okay, now it seems a little sketch. I get that was my first like, oh, I'm going to go over a long period of time and give somebody a lot of money over a long period of time. And yeah, they'll still be around. But in my research, this is what I found. You make your own decisions. This program has been around for over a decade. It's been around for over 10 years, and it has been featured on Good Morning America, ABC News, NPR, The Today Show, CNN, I think Fox News too. I didn't write down Fox, but for some reason Fox is in my head. Um, so it obviously these people are going to do their research before they talk about it and promote it. They actually promoted it. They had some of the newscasters did it and then talked about their experiences, and then they had a lot of people on. I did a lot of deep dive into the internet to find people who have done it and their responses. I did not find one person who didn't get paid what they deserved at the end. So it seems to be 100% on the up and up. All right, so I thought, okay, it's going to have to be a significant amount of money for me to really not feel like, don't worry about it. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a significant amount of money. I don't like to lose out on money just for no reason, so I probably would have lost anyway. But I wanted to see how I could get the most amount of money in my payout. So I started putting stuff in. Okay, so what you first do is you go to healthywage.com, which is the website, and then they have a calculator in there. Now, mind you, in order to do the calculator, they do say that they want you to register an account. In that, you don't have to give any money or information, credit card stuff. You just give them an email address. So you create an email address and a password for the account. After that, you have access to their full calculator, and their calculator lets you put in, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, and I'm going to bet $20 a month that I'm going to do that. Or I want to lose 20 pounds in 11 months. I mean, you can pick any amount of months that you want in this. And I'm going to bet $18 a month in order to do that. They're going to hold on to it. So here's what the payouts look like. All right. The payouts, oh, and let me just say that in terms of getting paid back, you can get it directly deposited right into your account. And people who have made their final weights have said that it has showed up in their accounts usually within 4 days at the end of the thing. And it's been a week if you ask for a paper check. But if you have it directly deposited, then you're fine. I probably won't ask for a paper check, not with the way our postal service has been lately. I'll have it directly deposited. Okay, so listen to how some of these numbers worked. I figured, okay, what if somebody wanted to lose 35 pounds? Let's say a good amount of money. Okay, they want to lose 35 pounds. And it doesn't matter what your beginning weight is, I don't believe. I'm almost positive I never told them how much I weighed to begin with. This is just, this is how much I want to lose. It's completely up to you how much you want to lose based on what your body type is and how much you need to lose. Okay, so I said, let's just say that there's a person who wants to lose 35 pounds in a 6 month period of time, and they're going to bet $50 a month. Okay, I don't have the low numbers on here because I was already deciding in my mind that I was going to do high numbers in terms of this bet. So I apologize, I don't have low numbers to show you. But let's just compare these, okay? 6 months, 35 pounds. And I'm betting $50 a month. Okay, so I'm betting $300 total in the end. Um, my payout is $299.14 in addition to the $300 you get back. That's doubling your money. That's why I had the higher numbers because it just was a good deal. And I also knew if I'm going to put $10 a month into something for 6 months, I'm not going to let that go out the window. That's a pair of shoes. So um, I might as well do more if I have it. And I have a separate bank account from my teaching that I had money that I could use. Okay, now if you did 35 pounds in 6 months and decided to bet $60 a month instead of 50, an extra $10 more, your payout is $58 more in addition to, so $58 more, it's 358 instead of 299, in addition to all the rest of the money you get back that you've invested. If you bet $70 a month for 6 months, your payout is $418. Now listen to this. If you bet $75, your payout's $358. It goes back down. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know the logic behind it. I don't know their algorithm, but this is why putting numbers into the calculator is so important to see what is the best deal for you. So then I went back and I thought, okay, it's at $70 a month it was 418. If I did $71, 424 went up. 72, 430 goes up. 73, 436 it went up. 74, 442 it goes up. 75, 358. So $74 was the sweet spot. That's the most that you're going to get before you putting extra money into the program isn't going to give you an additional payout in the end. It's actually going to give you less. So that seemed to be where the cutoff was. Now, if you decided to lose, now I decided to do, I don't even know if I have my numbers on here. Well, how ill prepared am I? I put those numbers in, but I didn't put mine. Okay, I was looking at a 10-month period of time because I figured, I don't know why I figured that. I just figured give myself 10 months. I think partly because I was putting in the longer you go, actually the higher the payout is, even if you're losing the same amount of weight. So I decided that I wanted to lose 35 pounds, but if I lost 35 pounds and put in $50 a month or whatever it was going to commit to it, $100 a month, you can put in whatever you want. If I did it in 6 months and if I did it in 10 months, my payout was much better in 10 months. And it gave me 4 more months to lose that weight to ensure that I was going to lose it. I think their philosophy is the longer you go, the more you forget about it, or you don't work hard until the end and then you can't achieve it. That might be what their philosophy is, but I thought for me, no, this is going to work. So I decided to do 10 months. And um, um, Okay, 10 months at $35. No, 35 pounds. I want to lose 35 pounds. I want to lose 35 pounds in 10 months. My sweet spot before the numbers plateaued, they didn't go down, but they plateaued. So I'm like, why give more money every month if the payout I get is going to be the same? Again, you get the money you put in back. I just want to keep clarifying that. When I'm talking about how much you get, this is bonus, additional money, reward money. Okay? You always get, once you meet your goal, you always get all your money back. If you don't meet your goal, you get nothing back, which stands to reason, right? That makes sense. So, I was going to, in a for losing 35 pounds in 10 months, get $672 back. $672. Yeah. So my investment is $800 in this, mind you. I am investing $800 in it, but I'm getting 672 back. That's a great deal. And that's what kind of keeps me motivated. All right, so in this program, you can earn up to a 300% profit depending on your numbers, how much you want to lose, what your period of time is, and how much you're investing on a monthly basis. They do automatically take it out of you set it up with a credit card payment. If something happens to that credit card, like you close it or something, or you get rid of it, I imagine you probably just lose all your money. So you probably want to stay on top of that and make sure that everything is on the up and up. But you can just on your own, I think, pay every month. I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't want to have to deal with remembering that every month. So I just set it up so it automatically comes out of my credit card, and a credit card that I earn points on that I can use to redeem for hotels. So it all kind of was a win-win in that situation. Is there anything else that I've missed on my sheet here? What I have done, you on your website then, um, it'll show that your initial weigh-in. It has all your stats and all your information. You can put in unofficial weigh-ins throughout the time whenever you want, and it'll let you know how if you're on track for your weight loss or if you're not, etc., etc. Um, On your initial weigh-in, what you have to do is do a video for them. So you have to show a digital scale that's off. You have to show yourself tapping it to turn it on to see that it's calibrating. And then you have to show yourself stepping up onto the scale. And then you have to scroll up and show yourself in a mirror so that it's a full video, and then you have to completely turn around so that they can see both sides of you as best you can. It's easier to just have another person with the camera because then you can just turn around completely in a circle and you can step on the scale and somebody's just showing you do it. But if you don't have another person and you have your own mirror, that's what you do. And then you go back down and show the scale again at the end. So that's the video to verify your initial weigh-in. And then you have to have tight clothes to show that there's um, everything's on the up and up. You do the exact same thing at the end. There is no weigh-ins or requirements throughout the weight loss journey. You don't have to hit certain milestones. If you go 3 months and don't lose anything and then start losing, that's up to you. All they care about is what that final weigh-in is at the very end. The good news is when you do your final weigh-in, they actually give you, even though you have your official day that it ends, they give you a 2-week buffer. You can weigh in, I think it's like up to a week before and then like up to a week after. So there's like a 2-week period of time to weigh in, which is so nice because, that's a lot to invest when all of a sudden it's that time of the month and you're retaining water. And, there could be a lot of other situations and circumstances that come into play, especially if you're getting very close to that actual weigh in. So that's wonderful for the final weigh in. And then on the tracker, like I have mine pulled up here right now, they have like a chat. You can talk to other people that are in it. There's other challenges that come up. I'm doing a step challenge too. I'll do another video on that. But you can put in your weight, and I put in my weight, and it tells you what your current weight is and what your expected weight is. And then it has a little circle, and it shows you on the bar where they expect you to be, and then it shows you with your amount where you should be. If you're beyond the bar, your line is in green. If you're below the bar, your line is in red, and it says, "Come on, get with it." Every time you put in an unofficial weight, and an unofficial weight is just you typing in the numbers. It's just my own way of like keeping track. Um, they'll give you a little pop up saying, way to go, congratulations, you've lost this amount of weight, or you've now lost 10 pounds, way to go, or you've lost 5% of your body fat, way to go. So they give you little incentives and like that along the way as you put in weights. I only put in the weights like once every couple of weeks, but you could probably put in a weight every day and see if it gives you some feedback that way. I have my own chart that I create where I put my own weights in and keep track of it. Um, According to them, you know what? Let me pull up, and I apologize that I don't have this right at this moment. I'm going to pull up where they think I should be and where I have for my own personal weight loss journey, because I kind of did a sliding scale of let's lose more at the beginning and then let's taper off as we go along to make it easier at the end. Um, okay. So, where they think I should be, I am below. Where I feel I should be, I am above. So, they are not the same. So, they must take the weight and divide it equally amongst the 10 months. But I just thought, no, I'm going to be losing more at the beginning and then it's going to be harder at the end. So, I created a different chart. So, I have my own accountability chart that kind of reminds me, hey, Jenny, get back on track. I as you're on this, you can do any diet that you want. They don't care. They don't care how you lose the weight. You lose the weight however you want to lose weight. You want to do Weight Watchers, you do Weight Watchers. The only rules is that you cannot have any kind of assisted weight loss in terms of any kind of weight loss surgery or liposuction or any kind of medical intervention at all. That can't happen. But your actual diet can be any kind of diet that you want it to be. I started off for 2.5 months just kind of deciding to monitor my food and reduce the calories, monitor my sugar carb intake and all that. And I lost like 4 pounds in 2.5 months. It was pathetic. No, maybe it was closer to 4 to 7 pounds. Yeah, I think it was between 5 and 7 pounds in 2.5 months. And that was not serving me well at all, because even on my little scale on HealthyWage, it was saying, yeah, not so great. Every now and then it's like you fell below where you should be, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is never going to work. So I started doing the HCG diet, and then that has springboarded my weight loss, and all the other videos on this channel are about the HCG diet. And now I am ahead of where they think I should be, and I am no longer more than 10 pounds behind where I feel I should be, but I'm only 4 pounds behind where I think I should be. So the HCG is working for me, and I'm working to play catch up right now and get myself to that weight that I think I should be. And that was like losing a half a pound a day, for like the first month, and then kind of going to like zero point 0.4 a day or whatever. I don't remember what my goal is, but it's kind of tapering off now, so it is going to be a little bit easier for me to continue to catch up, because I think at this point I am at the point where I can click on it and see, according to my own personal chart, the amount of weight I think I should be losing is 0.1 every day. So I would lose a pound every 10 days. That's not much at all. I'll totally catch up to that, right? Yeah. 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 That's where I am. And that's what I have set consistently, though. So like I can't gain anything. And that's consistent all the way for like the next couple of months. So I was losing like a half a pound a day for like maybe the first month, and then I think I went to like a third of a pound, and then zero point 0.2 a day, and now I just started zero point 0.1. So I was at zero point 0.2 a day that I expected to be losing up until I think this past week. So that's all the information. I'm excited because I'm staying on track with it. You can make it whatever you want. You can invest whatever you want. You can earn whatever you want. If you're interested in this at all, I have an affiliate link down below. Use my link and you'll get $40 off the program. So if you meet your goal weight, you get a bonus 40 bucks also. So you want that additional $40, click on my link. I didn't know about the links at first when I signed up. Um, so that stinks. In full disclosure, I get the $40 as well. I don't want to be one of those people that feels like I'm being shady or anything. Um, but when I signed up, I just paid the regular amount. So now just letting other people know about it would benefit me. Not that I'm gonna like retire or anything on a couple $40. Oops, that's my alarm. That means class is getting ready to start. I have to get going. I hope I answered all your questions for you. Please write them down below. I'd be happy to answer anything else that I haven't covered or I forgot to mention or I glossed over and you want more details about. I'd be happy to answer it to you in the chat, or even if I need to, if I was very unclear in this, um, because my notes are so shoddy. Here, you can't see them. Shoddy notes. Um, I'd be happy to create another video to talk about any specific area in more detail. All right, that's all for today. Happy dieting, everybody. If you need an accountability program, I recommend this one. So far, so good. I mean, if you're going to plan on losing the weight anyway, why not let somebody pay you to do it, right? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the minimum you could do is, if you want, 10 months at $10 a month. So if you have an extra $10 a month, anybody that buys a coffee once a week has probably about $40 extra a month of expendable cash. All right, that's all for today. I got to get teaching. You take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.